Hello again. Welcome back, ghouls and goblins. I hope you're having a magical day. And as always, thank you so much for taking the time to support the channel. I'm Hello Good Game if you don't already know. And well, today we'll be discussing my personal top 10 uncommon cards for the Wilds of Eldraine early access event, the 31st and 1st, probably right now, literally on Twitch. We're going to be filming new decks with all of these wonderful cards that we'll be discussing today to showcase to you here on YouTube. So don't miss out on all of those as well. Subscribe, and I'm sure you'll get a lovely notification. Today, we're in part 2 of our top 10 series. First, we looked at the common cards. Today, we'll be discussing the uncommon cards, and in our next videos we'll be doing the rares and mythics. So buckle up, get ready, kick back, relax, of course, like, comment, and subscribe, and well, let's get right after it. Of course, these cards are in no particular order within the list. They're just the best cards that I found within the rarity when compared against themselves, as well as the other cards that we find in the constructed formats, particularly standard. First up will be the Shrouded Shepherd for 2 mana. This is a 2/2 Spirit Warrior. Very nice creature types. When it enters the battlefield, target creature you control gets +2/+2 until the end of turn. That's not bad for a 2/2. But wait, there's more. Cleave Shadows as the sorcery speed adventure. Creatures your opponents control, plural, are going to get -1/-1 until the end of turn. And you know what? This is just such a great thing to have in your deck right now. The Might tokens, you know, they're out there, homie, in mass, as well as what I believe to be many more tokens within the current set. You know, we got ourselves a little bit of a token deck built, but that's for another video. And I do think that for an uncommon card, this is pretty good utility, right? A 2/2 that can push your other creatures up, as well as, you know, applying a -1/-1 to your opponent's creatures. And, you know, as a non-legendary card, there's nothing stopping you from running multiple copies of this. And I'll tell you what, I certainly plan to, especially within my free-to-play budget builds. Moving on, Up the Beanstalk for 2 mana as an enchantment. When it enters the battlefield, and whenever you cast a spell with mana value 5 or greater, draw a card. So first things first, 5 or greater is quite a bit, but remember, it also triggers as itself is entering the battlefield, which is really cool. You could probably maybe flicker this to trigger that, as well as, you know, maybe have it triggered twice if that spell was mana value 5 or greater. Not bad. And in the uncommon slots, you may find a little bit of a theme. Draw a card. I love to draw a card. I love to remove things. Really nice value if we can find it within the uncommon slot here. And I do think we have with Up the Beanstalk. Moving now to Greta, Sweet Tooth Scourge for 3 mana as a 3/3. This is a legendary human warrior. And when it enters the battlefield, create a food token. We can pay 1 to sacrifice a food, putting a +1/+1 counter on target creature at sorcery speed, or pay 2 sacrifice a food to draw a card and lose 1 life. Now, this can be done at instant speed. Not bad. It's a 3/3 for 3 that creates a food that you can then utilize to, you know, make your creature a 4/4 or another creature 4/4, while simultaneously being able to repeat this ability with your other food tokens. All right, that's pretty good. As well as, you know, just drawing cards, which, well, who doesn't love that? I know I certainly do. Moving on, we will have the Stroke of Midnight for 3 mana at instant speed, destroying target non-land permanent. So this is taking anything, planeswalker, artifact, enchantment, creature. Get out of here. Even battle if you so choose. We're still kind of getting used to those, right? Its controller is going to make a 1/1 human token. In response, I get it, or else this card would be busto. And, you know, that 1/1 you can easily deal with, you know, maybe with that first card we looked at. I don't know. Moving on. The Woodland Kite for 3. This is a 2/2, and when it enters the battlefield, draw a card. Don't mind if I do. Thank you very much. We have some additional value with Mend the Wilds. 1 mana, instant speed as the adventure, putting target permanent card from your graveyard on top of your library. That's not bad either. I really do like this. For 3 mana, you get the ability to draw a card, and then if they remove it, as it is non-legendary, you can grab that back with another copy of it, right? And then they can kind of just cycle each other, which is not bad, right? We like to draw cards, and we like to bring things back from the grave to really hold on to the value that we have within the build. Moving on, Charay of Numbing Depths for 4 as a 2/3, another legendary creature. When it enters the battlefield, tap target creature an opponent controls and put a stun counter on it. And whenever you tap 1 or more untapped creatures and under an opponent's control, draw a card. This ability is triggering only once each turn, but again, if you can draw a card every turn, that's not bad. And not to mention that it will trigger on its own entry, which means it's maybe something that you could flicker, bouncing back into the battlefield every turn, tapping their thing while simultaneously drawing. That's not bad. That's not bad. I kind of like it. One of my favorites here, the Tangle Span Lookout for 3, a 2/3 creature, non-legendary, which is crazy good. Whenever an aura enters the battlefield under your control, draw a card. Now, I know what you're thinking, well, that's not great, except for the new role token mechanic. Yes, they're all auras. They're everywhere. This is just going to be a staple in almost all of those decks. Not triggering once each turn, triggering as many times as you can get out. And it enters the battlefield as well, opposed to cast, which may also be good as we look to flicker potentially some of these enchantments, aka auras, which is really cool. Very excited about the Lookout. I think that's such a bomb for an uncommon. Speaking of uncommon bomb, the Collector's Vault. This is a 2 mana artifact. We can pay to tap it, draw a card, then discard a card, create a treasure token. This is just so good. It's helping you ramp every turn while simultaneously, pushing you through your deck, which is great for consistency. Not to mention, you can run it with like a Tezzeret, Betrayer. I think Betrayer of Flesh is his name. Reducing the first activation of your artifact each turn by 2. And then you're just ramping and doing all this for free, which is pretty goofy. So I love this card. I think it's really, really good. Totentan's Swarm Piper for 3, a 2/3. When it enters, when another non-token creature you control dies, create a 1/1 black rat creature token with this creature can't block. Furthermore, we can pay 2 to give an attacking rat death touch until the end of turn. It's this ability that I really like. It's cool to make more rats when your other creatures die. Sure, great. But when you now have 5 rats in play and you're attacking, your opponent's like, well, I don't want to block because they could give any one of them death touch, right? So it's like, maybe I'll let the rat damage through. And then turns go by, and now they're dead, right? The rats got them, baby. And now you're forcing them to block, putting death touch on your 1/1 rats, getting their higher value creatures. That's good mana value. I like it. Finally, the Witch's Vanity for 2. This is a saga. When it enters, you'll destroy a creature an opponent controls with mana value 2 or less. I'm surprised it doesn't say each opponent, and then, on your next draw step, you put another lower counter on it. You're going to draw a food token, and then finally create a Wicked Roll attached to target creature you control. So the Wicked Roll is +1/+1, and when this aura or enchantment is sent to the graveyard, an opponent's going to lose 1 life, right? So I really do like this. It's removal. It's a food token. It is increased damage output for your creature. Furthermore, it's 3 permanents. Witch's Vanity is a permanent. The food token is a permanent. The roll token is a permanent. And you get removal. That's a lot of permanents for 2 mana at uncommon. Right? Yes. So with this being said, that's the end of our uncommon top 10 video. Now, of course, all of these cards are my personal choice, my personal opinion. I'm probably out to lunch on many of them, and now that's why I'm counting on you to let me know in the comments below How wrong is the streamer yet again? You know, which cards have I missed out on that are incredibly powerful within the uncommon slot? Hit me up, let me know. Again, thank you all so much for the support. Stay tuned for the second 2 parts of the series where we do the rares and mythics, and then also all the new decks that we'll have coming out for the Wilds of Eldraine here on the channel. Appreciate you. Have a magical day. Like, comment, subscribe. I think I say that about 1 billion times a day. And you know, most importantly, you know, just have a magical day for me. That's great. And we will see you soon in the next.